Emmanuel's friends and taste the pleasure Jesus sends. Let nothing cause you to delay, but hasten in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of flowing love. Have a sweet hope of and after every farmer's cock did my cock crow.
I went to market to buy a pig, and the pig did very well please me.
Every time I fed me pig, I fed her all under a tree. And me pig went, me goose went cackle, me duck went quack, and me hen went cattle, cock, cock, went cock, cock, cock-a-doodle-doo. And after every farmer's cock did my cock crow.
So I went to market to buy a sheep, and the sheep did very well please me.
Every time I fed me sheep, I fed her all under a tree. And me sheep went by, me pig went, and me goose went cackle, me duck went quack, and me hen went cattle, cock, cock, went cock, cock, cock-a-doodle-doo. And after every farmer's cock did my cock crow.
We've always sung together as a family from being small.
We were brought up by our grandmother, and on a night time, you know, the fire would get blazing up the chimney, we'd all sit round and sing. And we didn't sing folk songs or music hall, hymns, anything.
She sang one or two.
And really, our only claim to being traditional is the tradition of singing together. Not the songs we learned, you know, they're from books and from traditional singers. But the actual
process.
The process we learned from the family. We were going to the jazz clubs, and skiffle was on the go, and several people had, you know, good folk records, and we took an instant like to folk music because of listening to the records and listening to people who used to do floor spots at the jazz clubs. It just developed from there, you know, and we felt we wanted new songs, and the obvious place for us to go was the library. And after, it seems, they had the complete Kidson collection of books, and he was a Yorkshire collector, you know, we're Yorkshire people, and lo and behold, we ended up with a complete Yorkshire repertoire.
This is a song we've been singing for a long, long time, about 20 years. I hope my wrinkle cream's doing its work.
His mum just looks the same, look.
What do you mean? It's a song called Dido Bendigo. It's a hunting song from a man called Frank Burkett of Elterwater, and this version was collected by a man called Stephen Sedley. Please join in.
As I was walking one morning last autumn, I have overheard some noble folks hunting. It's between some noblemen and the Duke of Buckingham. So early as the morning day went dawning,
and there was Dido Bendigo, gentry was there, oh traveller, he never looked behind him, and there was...
In South Yorkshire, there's a tradition of people getting together in the pubs around Christmas time and singing. There's the fishing choir men's traditions, which go back a long, long time. I suppose some of it did have to do with church harmonies, but that didn't come down to us. I mean, where ours came from, I don't know. We don't know. I mean, we've always sung like that, and we didn't hear any traditional singers singing in harmony until after we'd actually started singing traditional music.
Oh, traveller, he never looked behind him, and there was Countess Rover, Bonny Lass and Jover. These were the elms that could find him.
simply liking the song or not. We don't arrange them, we just
like a song and sing it the way we would have always sung together.
The big thing is finding the key, actually. Once the key is... It's true. Once we take a song around a lot, and the key is usually established by these two, you know, then when having established that, it starts to sound right, because he and I struggle around and try and find something to do. I mean, it's a pretty ramshackle... Rehearsals are a pretty ramshackle affair.
If you can't reach the tune, you sing a harmony.
Yeah, if you can't reach the tune, you sing a harmony. So to that extent, it's arranged, but it's pretty loose.
There's nothing down on paper or nothing, you know, nobody says, oh, you should sing that note and you should sing that note.
Saying around the piano.
There's nothing like that.
It's a feel for the music as much as anything. We very often will have one voice, two voices, then three voices, then four voices, the build-up, because you can feel that every verse there is a strong build towards the last line or to the chorus.
Wassail throughout all this town. Our carpet is white and our rail it is brown, and our wassail is made of the good ale and true. Some nutmeg and ginger is the best we can brew. Fall the doll, the dolly doll, fall the dolly doll, fall the dolly dee. Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing to the light o. Wassail it is made on the elderberry bough, and so, my good neighbours, we shall drink unto you. And besides all on earth, we have apples in store, so please let us in for its cold and adored. Fall the doll, fall the dolly doll, fall the dolly doll, fall the dolly dee. Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing to the light o. We hope that your apple trees prosper and bear, so we can have cider when we call next year. And where you 1 barrel, we hope you'll have 10, so's we can have cider when we call again. Fall the doll, the dolly doll, fall the dolly doll, fall the dolly dee. Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing to the light o. We know by the moon that we are not too soon, and we know by the sky that we are not too high. We know by the stars that we are not too far, and we know by the ground that we are within sound. Fall the doll, fall the dolly doll, fall the dolly doll, fall the dolly dee. Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing to the light o.
It is very important to revive these songs to maintain what was being lost. But then, again, you say, lo and behold, you can go out with a tape recorder and still find people singing it, ordinary working people.
The revival is a very peculiar name because the revival has gone on with a good living tradition still under there of musicians and dancers and singers. And they would have been there all the time whether the revival was there or not.
The sad thing with that is people learn from us, not from traditional
not from
singers.
The traditional singers.
They get their tradition second hand.
What's happening is that country music is becoming adapted to a commercial city life, and while not spoiling it, trying to maintain its integrity, the responsibility is on us to make sure that we don't actually sing all the country idylls all the time. That's the easy way out. You know, they're wearing their smocks and they're chewing their pieces of corn and lying around blowing their horns while the sheep frolic in the meadow. And we know that it wasn't like that. It was bloody awful, and it was cold, and it was wet.
Shepherds are the cleverest lads that ever trod England's ground. They will call all that some day about and value now. one crown. They will call for liquor merrily and pay before they go. They will work in the fields where stormy winds do blow. A shepherd looked out all on a hill which made his heart to ache, to see his lambs with their tongues out just ready for to bleed. Then he took up his courage bold, and up the hill did go, and they drove them to the fold where stormy winds do blow. And as I walked over Mount Star Plain, the frost did cut my feet. My ewes and the lambs all up their tongues, and around me they did weep. Then I took up my courage bold, and up the hill did go, and I drove them to the fold where stormy winds do blow. And now that I have folded them and returned safe back again into some jovial company, I have boldly entered in, a drinking some liquor, boys. It is my heart's delight, while my sheep lay asleep all the forepart of the night. So come on, you brisk young shepherds, wherever you do march, on a cold and a rimy morning. Did you ever feel the smart? Did you ever feel the smart, me boys? Through ill go frost or snow, as you drive them to the fold where stormy winds do blow.
The country songs, those singers sang them with so much pride and so much feeling. That is, to me, as much a part of the music as, you know, the revival itself. They put their heart and soul into those songs, and it's a good feel to a song. You know what I mean? It's a pride in where you come from. It's a community thing, an identity. And I think very much, in a lot of ways, you're seeking an identity. And you find that identity within a music, and you try to strengthen that. I have learnt basically everything I know from listening. It's probably the only way I can learn. Some people can do it academically. You know, I'm not one of those people. I will listen to a traditional singer, get his feeling, get his conviction, his style, his pride in his song, and that will be transmitted to me through watching and listening. And it basically, it rubs off. Yeah? It just rubs off on you, and it's smashing.
If it gives me goosebumps, you know, goosebumps, if I look at the words and think, oh, that line, you know, the wonderful line or a wonderful verse in it, and I want to sing it.
You know, we very often sing songs that we don't necessarily believe in the sentiment of, like a hunting song, but they're such fine songs. They shouldn't be ignored. For instance, you know, we just made an LP of all hymns, but we're not religious people. We've made it because they're damn good songs. They're the old church songs, not the Methodist hymns, not the ancient and modern. They're hymns that most people have forgotten about. They have to be rooted out, a lot of them from traditional singers.
Lift up your heart, Emmanuel's friends, and taste the pleasure Jesus spends. Let nothing cause you to delay, but hasten in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this hope. Have a sweet hope of glory in this hope. I know I have, feel I have a sweet hope of glory in my soul. Our conflicts, dear though great they be, shall not prevent our victory, if we but strive and watch and pray like soldiers in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this hope. Have a sweet hope of glory in this hope. For I know I have, feel I have a sweet hope of glory in my soul. Ye valiant souls, for heaven contend, remember, glory is at the end. Our God will wipe all tears away when we have run the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. Have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. For I know I have, feel I have a sweet hope of glory in my soul. Though Satan may his powers employ, our happiness for to destroy, yet never fear we'll gain the day by marching in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. Have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. For I know I have, feel I have a sweet hope of glory in my soul. And far beyond this mortal shore we'll meet with those who have gone before, and shout to think we have gained the day by marching in the good old way. For I have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. Have a sweet hope of glory in this soul. For I know I have, feel I have a sweet hope of glory in my soul.
A traditional song to me is like a piece of nice old furniture that somebody's looked after and used with, with heart and with care, and you can feel it. It's like old houses, or houses that have been happy houses. They have a soul. They have something about them, and you can feel that. It gives me pleasure singing the songs, and if us singing those songs to other people gives them pleasure too.
The world's a happier place.
That's enough for me. That's enough for me. Without all the academic, things that go on with it. I mean, for me, it's just the pleasure of it.